everybody, it's Trader Cobb here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Trader Cobb, C-O-B-B, as well as jump on my Facebook page. Also Crypto Revolution Investments on Facebook, YouTube, and also on Twitter. Okay, it's the 20th. It's the 20th of November, and we've broken above 8,000, and we are currently just below 8,000. And we look likely to see a push onto the upside. But before that happens, we need to hold 8,000 and get back above it. So I'm looking for opportunities to trade. Jumping down to the 2-hour chart here. Let me just, that's gone a bit funny. Excuse me. Here's what I'm looking at. All right, so there was that resistance level that we've broken out above. We pushed up to 8,000. We're pulling back in. This is the first pullback in this first break above since the the higher lows here. Higher high, pull back, higher low. We do have a little bit of divergence here from these highs, but I'm not too concerned. I don't mind it too much. Divergence won't stop me from taking this if it does come into play. This is one of my trading strategies that I'll be teaching. However, one of the things I need to express to you is that in my view, this is a higher risk trade, and I'll tell you why. The reason it's a higher risk trade is because if I'm going to enter above the high of this candle, okay, so one Satoshi above, I'll be entering just before 8,000. Now 8,000 could still prove to be resistance. 8,000 may be tested once again and fail and sell off. That's why I think it's a higher risk trade. The setup is valid. The resistance is above it at 8,000 though, just a wee bit above. So just a wee bit above. So what I'll be doing is weighing up the risk to reward on this. The reward, I believe, is potential to move up to 9,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. I believe that is a likely level for us to get to. So the reward is very, very high, considering this is less than a $100 stop. Okay, it's a 10-to-1 potential trade. Not saying that I'm trying to I'm going to run it to 9,000, but there's plenty of potential to the upside. The downside risk is whatever I risk, and I'll probably risk about 1% of my account on a trade like this. I break up above the high of this. If we get above 8,000, I think there'll be some wonderful opportunities to see this move to the upside. Now, if and only if price breaks down below my intended stop loss level, I will cancel the order. If price breaks above the high of my entry, I will be in this trade. So I'm going to follow this along if it does trigger and show you the outcome. Okay, we're triggered into the trade and we are off. Now, first target I'm looking for is, where was it going to be again? Let me just draw it in. Where are we? Horizontal. Where did I get in? What's the number? 77. So looking for, with spread included, first target up around here, the old highs. All right. So first target up around those old highs, and I'll keep coming back to this video, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so the trade has played out. It's been a little while on. I'm coming in to fill you in on this video because the trade has triggered, hit first target, gone a little bit further on, and now it's come back to stop loss. So my entry is a pip or a Satoshi above the high here and a stop below the low. As I said previously in this video, as I've obviously broken it into time chunks, I'm looking for first target roughly about here. We got that first target where I scaled out 50% of my position. Why 50%? Well, if I'm say risking $1,000 on the trade, I lock in $500 of profit by closing half the position at that level. The other half of the position holds $500 risk with the stop loss in its original position, which is where it should be. So that means that if I was to get stopped out, which I did in this case by having my stop in the correct place, then I actually end up with net zero. So I don't lose anything, I don't make anything. Now that might not seem like a big deal, but when you're trading, the idea is to make sure that you're managing your trade. You manage your risk first and foremost, keep everything uniform, and then you manage the trade well. My plan to manage this trade was obviously to scale out first of all, and then I was hoping that we might see a pull back into the averages to another opportunity, but also more importantly, a higher low for which I could raise my stop loss to and lock in some profit. Now that didn't happen. What did happen was this big seller candle, but what did also happen is that this didn't actually cost me $1,000. Hypothetical thousand, however much I risked on the trade. What it did do is it just came down, stopped me out break even. Now, sometimes if you can just take a number of your losing trades and turn them break even, it might actually change your trading around, and the results may swing incredibly. So it's about trade management once in the trade. And people that sort of say, well, what about a trailing stop loss? Yeah, I use a trailing stop loss, but I don't use an automated one. Why? Because I go into all the trouble for the technical factors to come together for me to place the trade. Why at that point would then I go and throw out all the understanding of the technical ingredients for a trade just for the sake of it raising every time Bitcoin moves $10? It doesn't make any sense to me. No professional traders that I know that have got that are any good. Yeah, none of them use those types of stop losses. I'm not dissing anybody who does. I'm just saying that my preference is not to do that. It's to read the charts, and I was looking for a pullback. For example, if I had have entered down here, a higher low would be here, so I'd move my stop from, say, here to here, locking in profit. You read the charts, you follow the trend, and you follow what the market is telling you. Guys, I hope that video was beneficial. It was kind of a new one for me, like sort of walking through the different stages of a trade playing out. In this case, it ended up being break even, but a lot of very important lessons there. I hope that this helps. If you do like it, but don't forget to follow Trader Cobb, C-O-B-B, and retweet this video out to get the information out there, as well as join and follow Crypto Revolution Investments on Facebook, and also give them a subscription there on YouTube. Guys, have a fantastic day. Bye for now.